Okay, well, one watching. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my quiet, lovely, beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable, golfing, and somewhat sunny, a little overcast retirement community affectionately known as...
Del Boca Vista.
Thank you, Frank. This is the new and reset, independent, self-funded, non-profit, non-monetized, non-aligned, informative, civilized, semi-entertaining live DOXX Report. DOXX Report encompasses citizen journalism with commentary, opinion only on topics that interest me and can be found exclusively live streaming on YouTube. I do put occasional clips up on X. So I did some show prep, and then I just didn't get in the mood. I didn't want to stream. So sometimes you just got to force yourself to do it, you know? So let's see. I do have, isn't that a pretty shot? I set up the iPhone Pro out in the bird cage. It stopped raining, green things up, but they got so many camera choices on the back. I don't understand them. What's a double wide? What's a double lens? This is the ultra wide, so that's a pretty good shot. But it's, let's see, what's the weather? 81 degrees Fahrenheit, that would be 27 degrees Celsius. Humidity 81%, wind 8 kilometers per hour, that would be 5 miles per hour. So I'll keep it out there until it, because you have to charge it when you stream too, so it's warm, and then I have it in a case, a plastic case, so it's aluminum. We'll see how it handles the heat. If it burns out, we'll just have to come inside. Not a big deal, I guess. But, yeah, nice little rain, green things up. Hit Wawa this morning, came back, and I was doing some research. And what are we going to discuss today? I put it in the comments. What do I got for you? I say buckle up. Oh, it's Whiskey a Go-Go. And I thought, you know what? If I don't stream, how am I going to have my whiskey? How can I relax? So I can't stream and drink at the same time. So, and I didn't want to do it on Sunday. So to get it in, what at 2:30 Eastern time today. We're going to discuss Norway and Denmark drones, little itty bitty drones shut down the airports. You believe that? Warren Buffett. What do you do? 10 things to do with your life after 40, according to Warren Buffett. Now, just because he's got all that money doesn't mean he's right. And of course, it is Whiskey Go-Go means it is Playboard a Go-Go. And we got some vintage Mike Wallace back in the late 50s. J. Allen Hynek. Read you his bio here when we get to him. And Roswell, New Mexico, Major Jesse Marcel. What is his bio? I got it here somewhere. Let me get his title right. From 1910, he was born 1910, died 1986. That's the wrong bio. Oh, goodness. Here we go. Roswell. Well, we'll get to it. He's a major. He was the intelligence officer with the 509th Bomb Group at Roswell Army Airfield. And he's the guy that was kneeling down by a balloon because he was told to do so. And why did they call back 800? I don't think this is unprecedented. 800 generals and admirals of the United States military forces. Thank you for your service. Why did they get called back? Let's speculate on that. We may never know the real reason, but we're going to speculate on that. And I was almost going to put the 9-year-old on the thumbnail. I thought, I can't be that mean. I don't want to do that. But he looks really bad. I mean, now that's not stretched or anything. Look at that. That is unbelievable Could be a Seinfeld episode.
You gotta do something about the name.
Why? What's wrong with bro?
No, bro's no good. Too ethnic.
All right, you got something better?
How about, the man's ear?
Man's ear.
That's right. A brassiere for a man.
This guy, he definitely got the man boobs going on, but can you imagine that poor heart of his just pumping away? Oh, that is just terrible. What do you say there, 9-year-old?
It doesn't matter.
What?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Don't you want to live to get that inheritance?
I don't care.
All right. Okay. I understand. You don't care. Not a big deal. Let's see. So the iPhone 17 Pro is in the birdcage. We'll see how long it lasts. It's doing well. I mean, I like the colors. I tried to figure the camera out, but I don't take a lot of photos, but I do use it to stream. And I got my... Oh, you want to know what I paid for this? I'll tell you exactly what I paid for this. They gave me my refund, or my trade-in. So where's the trade-in? iPhone, let's see. Electronics. Here we go. iPhone history. Trade-in, okay. So I had to come up with $1,181.43. And they said they'd give me $320 back. But, of course, you have to pay tax on that $1,100, $1,183. So you get some of the tax back, too. So they gave me a refund of $344. And they had to do a daily cash adjustment because they can't give me 3% on the $1,100. It's what you actually purchase it for. So out the door, it was $847.75. So I feel better. So I can say I don't have a phone over $1,000. 256 gigabyte. It's just a standard. Let's go back to the YouTube channel. Combo. Streaming. Show 1. Here we are. No comments. 7 people watching, I believe. 6 now. It's competitive out there. Very competitive. But I'm going to try it. Maybe I should just cut it into an hour. I'll try to do an hour and a half. I think that's a solid number. And I can't be in any rush. So let's see. Where do we begin? Well, let's start. Well, maybe we should start with Roswell first, because that's really where it all began. If you go back to Roswell, New Mexico, and I remember that. I wasn't alive then, but I remember researching it like in 6th grade or, junior high. We all heard about it. Oh, thank you. We have one comment. Thank you, Floodland, first. I'm sorry you missed the opening. I thought I had a pretty good opening. So let's go back in time. Roswell, New Mexico. And let's see, how do I do this? Okay, hang on. Here's the guy. Let me clean it up here. Let's start with a blank screen. Here he is, Major Jesse Marcel. They initially said it was a crashed disc. The general came along and told him, no. It was a weather balloon. I'm taking over. You get out there and you stand with this weather balloon. You kneel with this weather balloon and hold it up. This is not the debris that they found. This is a weather balloon that they came up with. Now, let's tell you about Jesse Marcel. This gentleman right here. How do I make this bigger? Hang on. Okay. Zoom in. I got the bad eyes. This image shows Major Jesse Marcel, Marcel, an intelligence officer with the 509 bomb group at Roswell Army airfield, examining debris recovered from a ranch near Roswell. No, the balloon. It's the cover story. New Mexico, 1947. This event is famously known as the Roswell Incident. Roswell Incident. The incident involved the discovery of unidentifiable debris by rancher W.W. Mac Brazel, who brought some of the material to authorities in Roswell. Initial claim, the Roswell Army Field initially released a statement claimed to have recovered a flying disc. They didn't know what the hell it was. And that was quickly crushed. And that's where that's when all the cover-up, you could say that was the beginning. I'm sure they probably had other episodes. You could, get me on the history of it, but that's really where it began. Bart Simpson. I don't shop for cell phones at Walmart. I am a value shopper. Listen, I'm 71. I got money. Why not spend some money? Walmart sells very good cells for less than $50. I went through that phase. I've been through that phase. I mean, when I was younger, it was always trying to save money. And that's important. I didn't buy the first iPhone. Let's see. There's the iPhone 4, right? That's where it all started. Now you got me thinking here. Let me go back to my phone. Electronics, Apple and devices. Here we go. Phone history. Okay, the first iPhone I ever got was an iPhone 6. But I went through my stage. I got an unlocked LG Nexus, and then I got a Play Store edition Nexus, and then I got an HTC One. So I was an Android guy. But, I just like the iPhone. What can I tell you? Can you imagine $50 for a phone? A smartphone? Come on, that's not realistic. It's like some of these seniors here, they won't have anything to do with a smartphone, nothing. And it's like, I really enjoy it. Hang on, all right. So, okay, Roswell. All right, so this is the guy. Now he's nearing death, so he decided to come clean. So here he is. Here he is near death, and he tells the truth.
Major Kehoe, I understand you have 3 new...
The guy. Where'd he go? Oh, I'm sorry. I got it loaded here. Hang on.
I tried to make a dent in this metal. He says, you can't bend it. You can't make a mark on it. He says, I took a sledgehammer and whammed it. I put it on the ground and whammed it. The sledgehammer bounced off of it. He told me not to say anything. He says, I'll handle it from now on. And that's exactly what he did. When he came out, he said, he told the press that was there, he said, that was nothing but a weather balloon, crashed weather balloon. It was definitely not a weather balloon. And it was an aircraft. So what it could have been, I wouldn't know. I still don't know.
They took pictures, of course. They had a whole flock of microphones there. They wanted me they wanted some comments from me, but I wasn't at liberty to do that. So all I could do is keep my mouth shut. And General Ramey is the one who discussed, told the newspapers, the newsmen, what it was and to forget about it. It was nothing more than a weather observation balloon. Of course, which we both knew differently. We left Roswell perhaps around 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As you can see, it's flat. It is very difficult. In fact, with just verbal directions, we never would have found it. We had to follow the rancher out there. The following morning, we went out to the site where the crash was. And what I saw, I couldn't believe there was so much of it. It was scattered over such a vast area. So we proceeded to pick up as much of the debris as we could, loaded in a wagon. We filled that up, It took us a good part of the day to do that because there's such small fragments that we had to do a lot of picking. We found a piece of metal about a 1.5 to 2 feet wide and about 2 or 3 feet long. Felt like you had nothing in your hands. It wasn't any thicker than the foil out of a pack of cigarettes.
Now, that's the balloon. That's not what he found. He had to turn that all over. This is the balloon.
But the thing about that got me is that you couldn't even bend it. You couldn't dead it. Even with a sledgehammer would bounce off of it. So I knew that I had never seen anything like that before. And as of now, I don't know what it was. It was not anything from this earth that I'm quite sure of. Because I was, being an intelligence officer, I was familiar with just about all materials used in aircraft and in our air travel. This is nothing like that. It could not be. It could not have been.
There you go. And he's an honest man. He's near death, and he's in the army. He doesn't want to go end up in the brig. He's told to keep your mouth shut. You follow orders. And then how would you like to lose your livelihood from the government going after you? You know, this is top military secrets. So what do we have in the news? We have, have you heard that story where you got Norway and Denmark, the airports are closing? Now, they won't use the term unidentified aerial phenomenon. They won't use that. It's too close to UFO. They're going to say drones. So I got a couple theories on these drones. These are not small drones, by the way, but this is how Sky News handled it.
Let's bring you some breaking news, and that is that a second airport in Denmark appears to be closed because of drones. You might remember on Monday, Copenhagen was shut because of 2 or 3 large but unidentified drones flashing their lights close to the runway, which closed that airport. This time it is Aalborg. We've had a statement from police in North Jutland, where this is. As you can see, it's the northern part of Denmark. Drones have been observed near Aalborg Airport, and the airspace is closed. The police are present and investigating further. And as you can see, Flight Radar, the flight tracking service, suggesting that 3 inbound flights to Aalborg have been diverted. There was also an incident on Monday at Oslo Airport. Today, Norway's foreign minister says they've not been able to connect the incidents in Copenhagen and Oslo. Clearly, there is a great deal of concern now about how easy it is to shut down a commercial airport. We will watch and wait and see if we get more information on this story.
You got vehicles flying around and you don't know what the hell they are.
This drone footage was recorded by Christian on May 3rd in Norway. He managed to capture a rapidly moving object on the right side of the screen. The acceleration of the craft is astounding. It seems to go from 0 to several hundred miles per hour within seconds. The lights take off simultaneously, so they may be part of the same craft. Airplanes don't accelerate from a standstill in the sky like this.
Okay, so these are large. And I don't know if that was exactly the one that was over the airports, but these are large. So how do we explain this? What theories do you have? The first one is, they're not kids playing with drones because they disappear and they're large. So that's not it. So the Chinese, you think they got those things? They've got some kind of new propulsion system because there's no props and there's no gas. There's some kind of anti-gravity stuff. What about the Russians? No. What about our own government? Maybe they have them, the smaller versions. They can't fly the big ones, but maybe they've figured out enough to do the drones. Now, why would they bother with Norway and Denmark to shut them down? That's so the Russians can see it. That's so the Chinese can see it. Just throwing it out there. That's one other theory. I mean, you take your pick. I wouldn't know. Or the other one is, these are UAPs. These are extraterrestrials, the drones, craft that are programmed or intelligently flying around. And they got a plan. They got something up their sleeves. Who knows, right? So I think it's possible we've reverse engineered enough we could maybe have them. I promise you Mike Wallace. Let's listen to Mike Wallace back in the day.
Major Kehoe, I understand you have 3 new reports on file, which in your opinion, you have them currently on file, and they're new reports. And these, in your opinion, would convince every person in this country that flying saucers are a fact. Is that correct?
They should convince a lot of people because of the names involved.
Tell us about it.
I told your interviewer in Washington that I couldn't mention the names because they were too high. One of them is a top scientist in this country whose name would be known to everybody.
Well, why wouldn't he want his...
Because he's afraid of the official ridicule.
He's afraid of official ridicule?
That's right.
More afraid of official ridicule than of possibly alerting the country to a serious national
danger? You'd be surprised
danger?
how many people give us reports and they say, please keep my name confidential. Well, I'll give you one report which came to us. The name has to be left out. In 1951, a UFO circled the fleet in Korean waters. It circled it at high speed, and they launched several planes to try to get a close in on it. They got a radar lock on. That is, the radar was guiding the planes toward the object.
Mm-hmm.
This was picked up by radars on 14 naval vessels. This object circled about, for a half an hour or more, and then it took off at a speed way over in excess of 1,000 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
This report was certified, and 9 members of our Board of Governors saw it, signed it, and agreed that they had seen it, and agreed to the contents.
Yeah.
There is another report that just came in from 4 top missile designers or engineers at one of the big plants in this country. They saw an elliptically shaped object and 2 small round disc-shaped objects flying with it over California, November 11th, 1957, at a speed of at least 5,000 miles an hour. These men are well qualified to know what they see, with broad daylight, not a cloud in the sky. There have been cases even where the Air Force has shot at these things. Now, if there's nothing there and they don't exist, why do they shoot at them? You mentioned Mr. Horner. The day after Mr. Horner said that the Air Force was not concealing anything, Captain Gregory Oldenburg, a public information officer at Langley Field, refused to let an ad be inserted in the Langley Base Flyer, their newspaper, which asked that anybody interested in UFOs please communicate and form a little group. He said, I must refuse to do this because the dissemination of information on UFOs is contrary to Air Force policy and Air Force Regulation 200-2. And I have a copy of it here in case you want to see it.
Well,
we've had all these congressional hearings, and I think it's coming to a head. I think we're getting close to an official confirmation. I believe it's coming. Now, I've got 2. We're going to discuss, or I'm going to play a clip from a Joseph Allen Hynek, who was an American astronomer, professor, and ufologist. Ufologist? He is perhaps best remembered for his UFO research. Hynek acted as scientific advisor to UFO studies undertaken by the U.S. Air Force under 3 projects: Project Sign, 1947 to 49, Project Grudge, 49 to 51, and Project Blue Book, 52 to 69. In later years, he conducted his own independent UFO research, developing the Close Encounter Classification System. He was among the first people to conduct scientific analysis of reports and especially of trace evidence purportedly left by UFOs. I think he was initially hired to kind of debunk it, but he's come around, and let's have a listen to him in later years. And I guess this is near the end of his life, so let's black this out and we'll have a listen.
My own philosophical feeling about the UFO phenomenon is that when all is said and done, it represents some form of intelligence. But whether that intelligence is from great distances away, or whether it is perhaps much closer to us in a parallel reality or in another dimension, or whether it is in some strange way a product of our own intelligence, our own psyche, I don't know. This is the research problem. That it seems to be programmed, that it seems to have an intelligence of its own, I think is unmistakable. If anyone who studies the subject just sees that. But we must not jump to the conclusion that because it has an intelligence of its own, it is necessarily visitors from outer space. it may be in some strange way connected with that intelligence, if that intelligence can in some way project itself down here. But, well, that's really all I have to say. My own philosophical feeling about the UFO phenomenon is that when all is said and done, it represents some form of intelligence. But whether that intelligence is from great distances away, or whether it is perhaps much closer to us in a parallel reality or in another dimension, or whether it is in some strange way a product of our own intelligence, our own psyche, I don't know. This is the research problem. That it seems to be programmed, that it seems to have an intelligence of its own, I think is unmistakable. If anyone who studies the subject just sees that. But we must not jump to the conclusion that because it has an intelligence of its own, it is necessarily visitors from outer space. It may be in some strange way connected with that intelligence, if that intelligence can in some way project itself down here. But, well, that's really all I have to say.
Okay, I gave you a double. Interesting. And we don't even know what intelligence is. What is it? What's consciousness? The only reason you accept consciousness, because we all experience it. You can't prove consciousness. Well, you're awake, you can walk around. What does that mean? What is consciousness? So it's probably tied in. Now, why are you bringing this up, DOXX? What's the point of all this? Well, the Hegseth has called back all the field, around the world, all the generals and naval people to come back. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Well, here's one reason.
Why are hundreds of US generals and admirals being recalled to a meeting in Virginia from all over the world? We've been told the meeting is happening, we just haven't been told why it's happening, and it doesn't appear any members of the military seem to know either, apart from the people very close to the Defence Secretary, Pete Hegseth. Anyway, these are some of the theories that are going around military sources that we've been speaking to. It's a group physical test. It might be a briefing on the state of the Defence Department. It could be a mass firing, a major new military campaign, or a complete overhaul of the military command. Either way, it's being referred to already as the General Squid Games. So, the theory amongst people in the military currently is that we're not talking about a major military campaign at the moment, probably more to do, or more in line with the firings of senior officers that Hegseth has been talking about. It will need to justify the huge risk of bringing so many high-ranking members of the military into one place at one time, because they've publicised it pretty clearly without, as I say, explaining what's going on.
This is unprecedented.
All right, guys, this is big news. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered nearly 800 American generals and admirals stationed all over the world to gather at Quantico next week. That's every senior commander pulled back for a closed-door meeting. A senior Pentagon correspondent said, "I've never seen anything like this in 30 years. We might be going to war." That's how serious this looks. There's no public agenda, no explanation for why they need every senior officer under one roof, so speculation is running wild. Could this be war planning? Could this be the opening moves before an invasion? One possibility is Venezuela. The regime there has been on Washington's radar for years, and geographically it's close. Another is Iran. Tensions with Iran's nuclear program are heating up, and the US is watching that closely. A limited strike or a wider conflict in the Middle East is not off the table. And we can't forget Russia. With the war in Ukraine dragging on and Moscow constantly threatening NATO, this could also be about preparing for a much bigger showdown in Europe. There's also a chance that this meeting has nothing to do with foreign invasions at all, but everything to do with the Pentagon itself. Hegseth has already pushed controversial moves, cutting and reshaping commands. This could be about a massive restructuring, a purge of senior officers, or a complete repositioning of leadership. Either way, it's not normal. When a veteran Pentagon reporter says we might be going to war, you should pay attention. We'll have to wait and see what comes of Quantico next week, but make no mistake, this is one of the most serious developments we've seen in the US military in years.
Okay, I mean, that's one possibility. Calls them back and maybe they're going to purge some of the officers. Here's your thank you for your service. They're going to relieve their command. It's, that's possible. There's another possibility. I'm talking 3-Eye Atlas. Oh, that's a bit crazy, Lex, isn't it? The military puts up their own satellites. Maybe they got a real close view of this thing, or they've been given a heads up. They see all the photos, all the satellites. We got satellites we don't even know. You're not going to see the photos, so it's possible. Don't you think?
What if next week's unprecedented gathering of hundreds of generals is connected to 3-Eye Atlas? For the first time in American history, every 1-star and above officer has been ordered to Quantico just weeks before the interstellar object disappears behind the sun. 3-Eye Atlas is 5 kilometers wide, weighing an estimated 33 billion tons. And already scientists say its behavior is unlike anything we have ever tracked. Could the Pentagon be preparing for impact scenarios, new defense strategies, or simply wargaming the unknown? History shows that generals usually meet in small groups, not in mass recalls like this. That is why many believe this rare order might be linked to cosmic threats we are not being told about. With only a few weeks before 3-Eye Atlas goes dark behind the sun, the timing feels too perfect or too alarming to ignore. What do you think this meeting is really about?
Now, if they were going to announce, we are not alone in the Milky Way. It's time, we're growing up, we're going to treat you like adults, we're going to tell you what's going on. They got to tell the military command at first. They're not gonna break it to everybody all at once, are they? If it was something to do with aliens or extraterrestrials, it's possible, but you'd have to tell the military leaders first, and then they could disseminate the information through the troops, right? I'm just saying, now, do I think that's what it is? It's unprecedented. So maybe this is the time, but they would have to be told first. Oh, we got a comment. Blanca, hello, Doc, hello, Blanca. And Chili Badger, yeah, he's always a skeptic. He's not buying it. I don't think he'll ever will buy it. I think that we will get a confirmation at some point. They got to tell us. But you would certainly tell the military first. If you're going to do a major announcement, you'd have to call them in first, I would think. Okay, so that's out of the way. I played the Mike Wallace. Hi, Nick. All right, 2 people watching. Well, thank you for hanging in there. Enjoy the view. This is also a test run for that iPhone. I want to see if it can, because I know it can do the winter out there, but now it's 82 degrees out there, so we'll see how long it lasts. And if it goes out on me, I'll just have to grab it and then come in and do it from the inside. And we're going to play Board of Go-Go in 20 minutes. What else do I have for you? 5 people watching. People don't like to hear the bad news. They don't want to be scared. I don't blame you, but it's not going to shake my world. You have an spiritual understanding of things. You have a infinite intelligence, infinite God, for a better word, and you can't limit the creations of God. So, love thy neighbor. I guess you got to love thy extraterrestrial neighbor. Do that too. Well, maybe Mookie's in the audience. Oh, is Mookie out there? Oh, what is that? Well, that's a Muamua, isn't it?
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua. We're talking about everything. Whatever you want to talk about, I'll talk about. Old-timey, we're talking Three-Eye Atlas, just got here. Well, nah, you missed my opening. I can play the opening again. Here, let's play the opening again. It's pretty ugly. It's very ugly. She's scared out of her mind. The beast of Brisbane returns. Yeah, it is scary. Absolutely, it's scary. Uh-oh, Chili Badger's just moving a little bit. I'm not a total skeptic. Life is abundant, but some become AC3 panelists. The cult, the black hole, never to return to reality. Now we'll talk about anything you want to talk about. I had to get a show in. Today's Whiskey A Go-Go. All I got is Playboard. I don't want to play that. Oh, we can talk Warren Buffett. You know, you had the think tank on over on Archie's show on how to build wealth or all this, whatever the hell they were talking about. Let's go to somebody who has wealth. Now, it doesn't mean he's correct. Okay? He's got plenty of money. We know that. So let's do this. And, okay. Oh, no. No. Tell me that didn't happen. Mikey went on Watch Nicholas tonight and just got ripped into. Why did he come back? I hope you're joking. That's terrible. It would make more sense if he went to Archie's show. Why would he go to Watch Nicholas? I'll have to double check that. I have to get a clip of that. All right, Warren Buffett. 10 things to do with your life after 40, according to Warren Buffett. So I thought, you know what? He is talking about wealth. Let's see. Interviewing Warren, there he is on the left. What's the date on this? It says 9/27. Well, that's when I printed it. I don't know when this was written. He could have passed away for all I know. Maybe this is an old interview. Eat what makes you happy. You hear that, Morty? Eat what makes you happy. Buffett drinks cherry Coke, eats McDonald's for breakfast, and keeps peanut brittle within reach. It's not a brand stunt. It's a world view. Eating what makes you happy is a world view. I checked the actuarial tables, and the lowest death rate is among 6-year-olds, so I decided to eat like a 6-year-old, please. Lesson, after 40, stop moralizing every bite. Just bite. Joy compounds too, like interest compounds, so joy compounds. But you got to watch that obesity. Come on. That's a health issue. That's a killer. All about this race day. What's the race? Oh, really? Oh, for his thing with Watch Nicholas? Oh, but he's burned you before, Watch Nicholas. Everybody burned you, but you keep coming back. T-Dubs, Curly, Mikey, and now you're dealing with him again to get the race going? Mike the Snake likes to be in the limelight, doesn't he? Back to Warren Buffett. Marry your future. Uh-oh. I failed that lesson. Buffett says the two biggest turning points in his life were coming out of the womb, yeah, and meeting Susie. That's his wife. Marry the right person. I'm serious about that. It will make more difference in your life. Oh, it can destroy your life. It can be a living hell. It will change your aspirations, all kinds of things. What happened with me would not have happened without her. Oh, he's given the wife praise. So the lesson, I don't know if this is the author or Warren Buffett. Your spouse isn't just your partner in life. They're your partner in becoming, which, let me make sure nobody's listening. Let me look around. That's total bullshit. You already are. You have all it takes. You're not handicapped. You're not half of a person. You're a whole person. And when two functional whole persons get together, it can be beautiful. But you don't need a woman or a partner in life. That's silly. And I'm not buying that. Is he still working? Because he likes it. Keeps him alive. Until you can't work. I can't comprehend why people like Buffett don't retire. Well, I'm retired, but it doesn't mean I've checked out, you know. Three, don't chase net worth. Well, I track it. I don't chase it. I forget about it, but don't chase net worth. Chase self-worth. I don't have to chase it. It's within me. Never confuse love with liquidity. With liquidity? No, I don't. Never done that. Whether that is in your relationship at the office or with your best friends. Being given unconditional love is the greatest benefit you can ever get. Unconditional love, God's love is unconditional. God loves you, but fear the Lord. Better, fear the law. Unconditional love. I think the only unconditional love is really from God. God forgives. And the only way to earn love is to be lovable. See, I think this is the author. This is not Warren Buffett. The quote is from Warren Buffett, but here's the author telling you what the lesson. Here's my lesson, I'll tell you. Real wealth is God's presence within you. And you don't have to learn love because you already are. You have God within you. You're already lovable. If God loves you, you're lovable. The closer you are to God, the more lovable you are to everything. And you're close to everything. But you don't earn love. See, that, I don't know, that's kind of, no comments. Okay, we'll continue on. Invest, then get out of the way. Oh, that's what I did. You forget about it. Once you get a certain lump, this is the reason those people are, chasing Bitcoin, or they're chasing this stock or gold, or jumping around. Nah, Buffett doesn't trade, because if you're trading, you're gambling. He plants. You plant the seed. I buy the S&P 500 and I don't touch it for decades. A low-cost index fund, amen, is the most sensible equity investment of the great majority of investors. Yes. Lesson, make money the old-fashioned way. Don't churn it. You don't need more strategies. You need more stillness. I think this is the author. Put it away and forget about it. And it's not your cash reserve. Anybody who thinks their HELOC line of credit is a cash reserve, why would you listen to them? They shouldn't even be in discussion of financing at all, or leasing a BMW. That's the reason. Let's see. Plunkett, Buffett coming out of some mumbo jumbo. He chased net worth his entire life. Well, that's okay. Plunkett, Buffett coming out of some mumbo jumbo. He's coming out with some mumbo jumbo. He chased net worth his entire life. Well, this is an article. I got to sell the online paper. The only reason I gave him my email address is because they had the article with Paul Pluta in Thailand with his first wife, and he left the first wife, went over there, and then he came back. That documented it, because Paul Plute is quoted in the article saying, well, yeah, I just ended up in Thailand. No, you abandoned your wife and kids, your first set. So what is the name of this thing? What is this? This is medium. All the favorite parts, okay, medium. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Invest and get out of the way. Okay, choose friends you can grow with. That's another bullshit. You cannot grow. That's not possible. You already are. You unfold. You can discover things about yourself. You can't grow one smidgen spiritually. You already are. You unfold. You discover. Buffett's best relationship, romantic, business, personal, are built on respect, not flash. You want not on watches. Not what's on your wrist. You want to associate with people who are the kind of person you like to be. You'll move in that direction. Okay, I kind of agree with that. Character is contagious. Choose wisely who you're catching it from. Okay, I can agree with that. Make boredom your coach. Uh-oh. We know guys out there that don't want to be bored. In fact, let's hear from one of them. Where is he at? Did I get rid of it? I probably got rid of it. I think I did get rid of it. Anyway, make boredom your coach. Buffett reads 5 to 6 hours a day. His biggest investment isn't money, it's attention. I just sit in my office and read all day. I'm not a big reader. Busy is overrated. Curious is where the returns are. I got a comment on that? No comments. 6 people. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Shit. I screwed up my screen. There we go. I hope you didn't see what I saw. Live below your means. Bingo. Amen, brother. You can't invest unless you have money, unless you save money, unless you have money to invest. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're big trouble. Live below your means and beneath your ego. He still lives in the same Omaha house he bought in 1958. That's a little, I think he could upgrade from that. Would 10 homes make me happier? How about 10 Rolexes there to our community? Possessions possess you at a point. If you don't need more, you don't fear losing it. Simplicity is strategy, not sacrifice. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Simplicity is luxury. Simplicity is a strategy. Oh, yeah, it's enjoyable. It's luxury to me. Simplicity. Say no like your life depends on it. Yeah, hey, watch Nicholas. You should say no to Mike the Snake when he comes back. You should say no to when Curly wants to come back. Who else burned him? Buffett avoids most meetings, dinners, conferences, and business travel. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. You hear that, Patrick? I said, yes, I would meet you. I made an exception. After 40, what you don't do is what defines you. Ooh. Oh, I think I might like that one. Comments? No comments. 6 people hanging in there. What you don't do is what defines you. Something to think on that one. Checking the time clock here. 52 minutes. I got to kill 8 minutes, then we'll do Playboard. Work with people you'd leave with your wallet. I had coworkers. I would never leave them my wallet. I wouldn't leave it in the break room. Are you kidding me? Work with people you leave with your wallet. How many people? Very few. My neighbors, but I'm not working. Buffett chooses temperament over talent. Really. You can teach a skill, but not integrity. There you go. I agree with that. You can't make a good deal with a bad person. Oh, I like that. You hear that, Watch Nicholas? You can't make a good deal with a bad person. Lesson. Trust is better long-term asset than brilliance. Okay. I can agree with that. Live somewhere that makes you smarter. Oh, really? Well, Buffett left Wall Street for Omaha. It wasn't an escape, it was an upgrade. If you can't think clearly in Omaha, you can't think clearly anywhere. Lesson, your geography becomes your psychology. Choose clarity over chaos. I like that one too. A lot of people are addicted to chaos. Why? So they can't be bored, so they can't have stillness, so they can't examine their lives or who they are or where they're going. They're addicted to the chaos. I love it out here. Well, let's see, is my camera still working? Oh, it's still working. Beautiful. Isn't that great? iPhone Pro, Apple iPhone 17 Pro out in the lanai. Now, this is on ultra wide, but what is double lenses, too? I'm going to have to play around with that thing. Mark T., welcome to the party. I think Buffett is somewhat autistic, question mark. Seems to work for him. Mark T, 5493. I've been to Omaha. But see, that's like when I step outside and I see this, and the geese are flying over, it's just, I love it. I'm one with it all. Oh, it's beautiful. And there's stillness and you go within. All right, that was Buffett. Let's stop that, stop the screen. And let's see, I played that. At least I got an hour in. I can't believe Mike went back to, well, I guess he wants the money, right? If they're going to pay Mike the Snake for his car. That's the guy that should be really taking care of his health. I showed you this picture already, right? This is terrible. Isn't that terrible? Oh, holy shit.
We gotta do something about the name.
Why? What's wrong with bro?
No, bro's no good. Too ethnic.
All right, you got something better?
How about, the Manzir?
Manzir.
That's right. A brassiere for a man.
I don't know. This guy's got to drop some weight. He's in big trouble. Tell us something, Archie. Tell us.
It doesn't matter.
Really?
I don't care.
All right. Remember what Shelley Berman said.
Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever. And I'm not going to go on.
So if you want to check out, I mean, you're doing... Would it surprise anybody if his father outlived him? Would it really surprise you? It wouldn't surprise me. I think his father takes a lot better care of himself. And he's what, 80? Mike the Snake is a fool, proclaims Mark T. Really? Oh, okay, well, thanks. Well, the lighting was really good. And then it was cloudy, and it's brightened up now. Your new phone is more vibrant. Yeah, it does look better. I just hope we can, the wintertime, it's 87 degrees, so it may conk out here. But it's got like a vapor thing in it to cool it off. But I also put it in a case because I don't want to break scratch the phone. All right, 57 minutes. Give me 3 minutes. I want to go check out Watch Nicholas' channel, see if Mike's over there. He got him back. He catfished him. Unbelievable. Well, he's got some money to move around. Wait till I show you a playboard. He got the money to do it. What time was he on? Oh, there he is. Oh, man, what's wrong with this guy? Oh, he's arguing with Jock. Mike, you don't have to argue with Jock. You don't have to explain anything to Jock. See, he's... Oh, he says, stay away from me. Yeah. Hey, Mike, that's on you. You got to go no contact. You don't go over on the stream. They got exactly what they wanted. They wanted you over there. They got exactly what they wanted. Don't cook. Well, it'll shut off. I don't think I'll cook. I'll bring it inside. It won't. It'll shut off. It has sensors. It shouldn't cook. I mean, it's not. It's in the shade, kind of. But I may have to go out there and we can go inside instead. Maybe I should do. Let me go feel how warm it is. I'll leave you a monster here to look at, and I'll be right back. Boy, those golfers are way out there, aren't they? When you get that ultra wide, you couldn't recognize anybody out there. But no, he listens to the shows. He says, "Leave me alone." What he's really saying is, don't talk about me. Just don't watch. But they won, and he's back to arguing with Jock. I was starting to have some respect for Mike the Snake being away. It's gone. Well, look at Bear. Bear's back. They all come back. 1 hour, 12 people. Okay. Maybe I should bring that phone in now. I'll bring the phone in now, and then we'll do Playboard a Go-Go. Okay? Fair. Let me get out of here. Shut that off and give you something to look at. Mua. Or 3i Atlas. Okay. All right. Pretty warm, but I brought it inside. Playboard baby, is that a sub? No, that's the mothership, one of the motherships. That's a 3i Atlas, potentially. I'm telling you, when they call those 800 generals and admirals back, come on, they have to be told first. If you're going to come clean, if the president's going to come out and say, Americans, my fellow Americans, we are not alone. I can't give you much detail. All I can do is, yes, we are not alone. There's aliens and there's, what are they? I got photos of them here. There's aliens here. There's the Greys, the Nordics. I don't know what those are called. The lizards and these may be the snakes. That's possible. It's possible. But they have to be told first, right? No, that's an AI graphic of a spaceship, the mothership. Looks like an Irwin Allen concept, boomer reference. Irwin Allen. If you want to read something funny, the guy who played the professor on Lost in Space when he went for the job interview. He was an accomplished television actor before that. I can't think of his name right now, but really pretty funny. Plunka, thoughts on AI, docs? Are we going to lose loads of jobs? Are you working, Plunka? Or is it a massive bubble? No, first of all, it's a misnomer. We don't know what intelligence is. Artificial intelligence. It's an aggregator. So if I go over there, it's gonna grab all the articles. But who wrote the articles? So you're aggregating a bunch of people that have a consensus on something. What good is that? You're always going to need people. You know why? Because people have something the machines don't have. Creativity, whatever that is. Oh, it's overflowing. I found a Titleist, and I found a Wilson bright yellow one, but they're doing great. They keep growing. I'll give the white ones to my neighbor to golf with, but I've got a whole. I may have to get another basket. Dr. Bob the Nightmare, Mike the Snake came back. Just a coincidence? No, he listens to the shows, or watch Nicholas is dangling money in front of him. It's too bad because I turned off my other iMac. I should go grab a clip because I think they're going to put this behind the paywall. Yeah, watch Nicholas, You're Beautiful, whoever that is, and you got Jock. He's over there arguing with Jock. Mental Jock and Friends. Mike the Snake returns. See, he won. Mike, you took the bait. But he's challenged. He does, he's telling them, leave me alone. Well, then stay away. You don't tell them to leave you alone. You just stay away. No, they're demons. They're aliens. No, the Democrat Party, they're deranged and dangerous. Bohemian grave salamander people. Oh, Jonathan Harris. Yeah. He had to go talk to Irwin Allen. It's on YouTube. It's very fascinating. Jonathan Harris studies people, and just the way he tells it. He said he's very strange man, very talented, but very strange. Irwin Allen. Well, thanks for conversing with me. Now, 12 people, so let's hit it. You know what you're here for. Let's see if the girl's ready. Let's see. Let's look backstage. Hang on. Let's go behind the curtain here. Let's remove that. The girl's ready. Is the band ready? I think so. Okay, what about, all right, put out those funny cigarettes. Let's get ready to go. What am I looking here for? Oh, the disclaimer. The disclaimer. Here we go.
Remember, you wanted this.
Grandma, what did you do when you were younger? I was a go-go girl in my day. All right, let's Playboy to watch Nicholas #1. What are we doing here? This September 27th today. He made $47 today. Yesterday, $2.95. This last 7 days, $2,033. He had a great week, and that would be your winner. First place, watch Nicholas. And second place, the 9-year-old returns, the Beast of Brisbane, the cult leader from his love tryst over there, Mrs. Lai. He still can't close the deal. He pulled in $17 this morning. Yesterday, $322 for the week, $1,526 for the last week. Your super chat, your money wasted. Well, that can only leave one more. That would be Timmy, Tin Cup Panhandling Trust Funded Airport Lounge. Excuse me, one more time. Timmy, Tin Cup Panhandling Trust Funded Marxist Airport Lounge Scrounger. No money today. Oh, you see him and his wife over there? You know what? The woman who screams, kind of sounds like her. You know? Let's listen to it really quickly here. Where'd you go? Yeah, she don't like fat people either. So it could have been her screaming. Yesterday, revenue $586, and he's over in Venice. Talk about being not Warren Buffett. He's certainly living above his means all the time. That is failure up ahead. Last 7 days, $993, and that is your Playboard numbers. Oh, wait a second. This is the DOXX Report. I can do better than that, right? We can do the 30-day, can't we? Oh, there it is. 30-day super chat YouTuber. Watch Nicholas and his YouTube empire. Who knows what he made today? He's got Mike the Snake back. 30-day gross, 30-day net, $5,306. Eddie, how much of that are you getting, Eddie? Jock, you getting paid over there? Dr. Bob, you getting a paycheck? The Beast of Brisbane, 9-year-old. There's the gross. Take home, $2,961. 30-day net. And, of course, Timmy Tin Cup, gross. And the net, $2,209. He spent all that on airline tickets. You know, his credit cards have got to be maxed out too. I can't believe it. And turn down your speakers. What, on the go-go? Well, I guess I could do that next time. 2 sets of twins, baby. Plonka, it's hard living in New York City these days on that money. Well, unless your mother is your landlord, then you kind of catch a break. Plonka, let's see, no, Mark T. What will Timmy do when mommy is gone? Poverty, baby. Or his wife. Well, his wife's not working either. I don't know how that's possible. I mean, like attracts like. I mean, they found each other and whatever. Yes, well, he came on at one time. I remember early when he first met Archie, he was talking. His biological father was very successful, built a business, and then Timmy, and he's got a stepdad now, and he's got a brother now, which I don't know if that's from the biological father or from the stepdad, but he's got a head on his shoulder. Everybody seemed normal except Timmy. Does Timmy family have money? That must explain it. Well, let's put it this way. He got a college degree, a fine arts degree. He didn't pay for that. He had a Rolex as he was a pool boy working, cleaning towels. That's like I was a custodian. Custodians normally don't have Rolexes, okay? Or at the car wash. You don't have a Rolex. Well, so look at Watch Nicholas. How does he pay for that house over there? He didn't pay for that. He couldn't pay anything on that, I don't think. All right, I turned off the phone, so I brought it inside. So I guess we got to come inside. We got to come inside. Give you the wide view. There it is. The wide view. Simplicity. See, I don't need no fancy fiberglass marlin on the wall. Just give me a humble, selfish. I like it. Simplicity. It's open. I can think. It's clean. The lady came in, did a great job. And once in a while, like yesterday, I burned some incense. It's relaxing. It smells great. And today, whiskey a go-go. Tim, what do you do for a living? Was he actually asked that? I live in Brooklyn. He's a YouTuber. To me, come on. A selfish, S-A-I-L fish. What size is the TV? I misspoke last time. It's not a 65. This is the smaller one. This is a OLED. This is shit. You got me now. I believe it's a 55-inch. But I like it because I can get the speakers on both sides of it. And if you look, the center speaker, well, let's get a closer look. I'll tell you a little secret. There's a center up the top. There's the drawer folds down. I have the center speaker there, and the flowers are on top of the bass. The subwoofer. And then I got the two side speakers, which I like. So I think it's a 55. Let me go look. Because I misspoke. I had a 65-inch LCD, but I gave it away. But when I moved here, I brought that one. Because that's a better television, a better picture. Electronics. It's I know it's an LG. Yeah, it's a 55-inch. And in fact, if the plasma, which is, I have in the Lanai, which is a 720p, if that ever goes wrong, I will replace it with another 55-inch OLED in there. But, it's too hot to go in there, and then it's too cold in the wintertime. So let's back up a little bit. Oh, let's back up. No, that's the close-up. Back up. There we go. Can you tell from there? No, LG's the best. OLED, LG, it's the best. Selfish. A fish that only thinks of himself. Oh, unless you're a, personality disorder.
I don't care. Don't care. I care about me. That's it. 3 people I care about in this world. Me, myself, and I. That's it.
Beautiful.
How dare you? How dare you?
Especially when you're married with 2 kids, 2 young men. You know, where's daddy? Well, what do you say? What can you say? All right, we've done 1 hour and 20 minutes. All right. All right, well, let me do it right then. Mark T. Selfish. A fish that only thinks of itself. There you go. Oh, I had to give a sigh. Somebody should Watch Nicholas.
People have feelings, Nick, you know.
Yeah, leave Mike the Snake alone. He's just bringing it over for the money. He's exploiting everybody, right? But, I mean, Mike as an adult is like, why would you go over there? You're welcome. I'll give you the next one you want. I know what else you want too. And I did go there this morning. Which reminds me, okay, I have a iPhone, I have a Apple Watch, but I really just use the watch to work out, you know. I did not know, I just didn't, I don't like shopping with my phone, but, and you can put your wallet, your Apple Wallet on your phone, but I don't like shopping with a phone. It's just, I don't want to carry it around, and I'm afraid I'm going to leave it somewhere. The Apple Watch has a wallet in it. And it's NFC, near field communication. You don't even need your phone. So now I can pay with my watch at the checkout thing. So that's cool. That is really cool. You know, once I learn how to do it, but I'm a senior, you know, it's a little hard to do. I mean, I like simplicity, but you know what? That's as simple as it gets. I already have my Apple Watch on coming from the fitness center. So I get my coffee, do up the order, take them over to the self-checkout thing. You know, I have to take my keys out to show them my Wawa rewards card. And then when it says pay, it says that you use a mobile app or something. I go, yes. And I just put my watch face down there and I hear a beep and it takes it right out of my Apple Wallet. How cool is that? Chad's a bit lazy today. Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, I just forced myself. I was going to do the show no matter what. I thought I had some pretty good material. I do think if that Atlas thing, 3i Atlas stops behind the sun, then they got to explain it. I think they probably already know. There's something going on. Or those drones, those UAPs that are closing the airport. A small drone cannot close an airport, okay? Can we agree on that? Those were UAPs. Now, were they built here from technology, reverse engineering? I don't know. And the only country that could do that would be who? The United States. It's a possibility. But if they already have maybe they already know about 3i Atlas. Then you'd tell the military first. You wouldn't tell the general populace. You got military all over the world. You got to tell those guys. That's how I see it anyway. As soon as I get off this stream, I'm going to record Mike the Snake. I think it's just sad that he jumps over there. You know what I could do? You know what? I'll take his picture right now. And I'll just grab the audio at some later point. And I'll put it up on X. So let me get a screenshot of him. Okay. And then if I don't, I won't close this window, and we'll see if I can get it. New comments. I really doubt that, Dr. Bob Nightmare. Microsoft has a microchip that they inject in your jugular vein that would probably kill you if it goes up to your brain and you'd have a stroke. So that's not, it allows you to surf the web with your thoughts. Are you interested? No. Well, you already surf the web with your thoughts. You got to move your fingers. What moves your finger? Your thoughts. It all begins in the mind. I don't know how he survives. He lived under a bridge for 10 years, and he went to a cult in Hawaii. I don't think he has any money, but somebody said his parents own a winery, but something happened. He doesn't look like if he doesn't control the diabetes, it's going to end very badly for him. Mikey must have a bit of money as well if he doesn't have a job. Mark T, 5493, wonder why Russia is encroaching on Poland airspace. A new front is the last thing they need. Yeah, I don't know. And China's not in good shape. And China really wants to be on better terms with the U.S. because they got to redo their economy. They're in trouble over there. It's a vineyard, not a winery. Okay, well, what's the difference? Don't you make wine on a vineyard? Dr. Bob's not here. It's a vineyard, not a winery. What's the difference? Aren't wineries on the vineyard? Or the vineyard just supply the grapes? Vineyard definition. A plantation of grapevines producing grapes used in wine making. Oh, okay, so they didn't make the wine. All right, well, I stand corrected. A winery. Oh, here you go. What's the difference between a vineyard and a winery? A vineyard is the agricultural plot of land where grapes are grown, focusing on the cultivation of vines and the production of high-quality fruit. A winery is the facility where those harvested grapes are processed, fermented, and bottled to create wine. I do enjoy my cognac and the brandy. While many wineries have their own on-site vineyards, some wineries source grapes from various vineyards, and some vineyards only sell the grapes without producing wine themselves. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Dr. Bob. Mike is a... All right, I'll do this right. A Mike is a winery. There's a lot of whining. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 27 minutes. Once again, I can play The Beast of Brisbane has returned to The Beast of Brisbane returns. He's back in Brisbane. Where is he? Well, he can't hide himself very well. Ooh, the beast. The beast. I did an hour and a half, GD. I did an hour and a half. Barely. GD waves, thank you. Thanks for stopping by.